I'm going to change the subject a little bit. Kind of a downer. Joe Biden hates rich people, okay? This does drive me crazy, as you know. He's always attacking them, insulting them, trying to punish them, of course, raise their taxes, and of course, he always blames Donald Trump and Republicans for them. Now, ironically, it's Joe Biden's Democratic Party that has become the party of the rich and the elites in places like Silicon Valley and Wall Street, whereas Donald Trump's Republican Party has become the party of middle-class, blue-collar working folks, AAK, the non-rich. Now, we know Mr. Biden is memory impaired, so he can't be expected to remember any facts, relying on the class warfare he loves so much. But just take a listen to some of President Biden's anti-rich people rants and screeds over a period of time. Check it out.
So the next big battle is going to be whether the very wealthiest among us and the biggest corporations begin to start paying their fair share. We should be reducing the deficit by making sure that the wealthy and large corporations can just pay their fair share. We're going to continue cutting the deficit and cutting subsidies to big pharma and ensuring wealthy and big corporations begin to pay their fair share of federal taxes.
All right, there you have it. It's kind of a sad tale. The only problem with Mr. Biden's class warfare screed is that it bears no similarity to any known facts, okay? For example, nowadays, according to the National Taxpayers Union, the richest 1% of the American economy, these are folks with earnings of $680,000 and above, they paid 46% of the federal income tax, all right? That's for the latest year, 2021, and the latest IRS statistics of income. So nearly half. By the way, the bottom 50% of all Americans, those people with median income, say 48 grand or less, well, they pay less than 2.5% of the income tax, okay? So you know what's unfair? That is. You know what else is unfair? The top 1% of Americans make 26% of all the income, but they pay nearly half of all the taxes. That is unfair. Now, by the way, for what it's worth, the wealthiest 5% of Americans actually pay 2/3 of all taxes. So every time Joe Biden or his minions start going off about tax unfairness or tax fairness, or they attack rich people, just cite these data points. They're the statistics from the IRS. Trust me, facts. Now, something else that's interesting. Every time the top marginal tax rate has been reduced, successful earners actually wind up paying more in taxes and a bigger share of the taxes. So before Ronald Reagan slashed his tax rates, the top 15% of earners paid less than 20% of the income tax, right? This would be the top 1% of earners paid less than 20% of the income tax. By the end of the 1980s, with the top tax rate gone from 70 to 30%, the wealthiest share of the tax burden went from 17% to nearly 40%. Lower tax rates, greater payment. They shouldered more of the income tax. Recently, when Donald Trump lowered corporate and individual tax rates, the tax share paid by the wealthiest moved up to nearly 50%, as I said earlier. One key reason for this: lower tax rates remove the incentive to shelter income. People don't need tax shelters near as much because their marginal rate is so much lower. So I'll make a final point on this. Massive deficits and debt from Mr. Biden has basically come entirely from higher spending. Tax revenues, even at the lower marginal rates, have been rising for years. $2 trillion of revenues in the year 2000, okay? Probably about $4 trillion in revenues in 2010, and heading towards $5 trillion in 2020. Last year, revenues were $4.8 trillion, okay, in 2024. The problem is spending. The government spent $1.8 trillion in 2000. It spent $3.5 trillion in 2010. It spent $6.6 trillion in 2023. Now, I'm going to give a hat tip to the New York Sun's Ira Stoll for these numbers. So here's the thing, kids. Want to stop the government from borrowing nearly 120% of GDP? or close to $50 trillion in the next few years? Reduce spending, stupid. Keep tax rates low and grow the economy. And stop blaming rich people, because they pay most of the taxes. How about that?